Hello everyone, I'm Big Carl. You ever get really tired of something to the point where you either care or don't care and complete apathy and fatigue? This is basically how I feel about AI. Now, don't get me wrong, it's an extremely useful tool for specific use cases, not when shoved into your face every 15 seconds as a retarded buzzword or a really unfunny slop meme made by a millennial who barely understands the concept of humor, like the rest of their generation, and uses children as a crutch to defend themselves for criticism, not for being self-aware and being indulged by other millennials. AI is best used as an occasional time saver, not a slot machine to suffice for laziness or a lack of talent you refuse to practice for. Now, there's a lot of conception about AI from those who support it versus those who completely despise it, and oddly, it's become this retarded crusade between rightoids and quote-unquote free speech versus a dying leftoid Twitter blue sky furry inflation artist. This is honestly a grown adult living with their parents for free, and perhaps the embodiment of a fat gay foy goy who needs fictional characters to agree with them while the rightoid needs AI to agree with them as well. The artist will talk about how AI is taking their job of unemployment while making 20 a month to draw pornography of a children's cartoon characters by an absolute loser, while the person using AI drained the water supply of bumfuck nowhere in Ohio from a massive data center, stealing power from the grid to generate selfies and chat with their hentai girlfriend. I will genuinely never understand both sides of the argument from these people. I swear to God, there is no winning or neutral argument about AI. And honestly, AI should not be used to generate meaningless garbage or cut corners, but it should genuinely be used to do something that could be done or to heavily save time. Like something that just could not be done before. It used to be that way a few years ago before this stupid craze started. Personally, back in like 2023 or 2022, I used ChatGPT to cheat really early, that it wasn't a full phenomenon yet, and they could barely detect AI, and I'd use it just to save time on homework, and actually made sure everything looked right, so I can both save time and pass without suspicion. Meanwhile, cone-headed loser dipshits just put the question in and copy it, and pass for a failing grade in school. And while it wasn't moral, and you lacked the lesson, it was genuinely a useful tool to just have every once in a while if you were struggling. The thing is, people are stupid and will continue to be stupid. We have a failed education system in America, and the average person is a retard inside and outside of America. So you have slop people using a tool to make slop, and getting encouraged by billionaires by trillions of investments while the economy collapses under the pressure of overusage, and literally everyone suffers regardless of where they are. Like genuinely, there's so many fucking imbeciles using AI to generate slop images with thousands of GPUs, memory, drives, stolen from the consumer market by companies, and their AI data centers literally screwing every aspect of our daily lives to depend on technology, just creating more scarcity and increasing prices and pandemonium from it, which also creates a domino effect of buyers and scalpers, effectively screwing over the average consumer wanting to buy anything that remotely has some form of technology. And that's not mentioning the time and resources and data on thousands of terabytes, stealing any form of data illegally off the internet these companies use to run various AI models, to the point actual privacy and copyright laws are broken and paid off in court or outside of court on disputes for millions of dollars on reserve before they continue on. Meanwhile, you have the anti-AI people that don't even make those arguments against AI, and all they can muster out from their stupid brain is AI bad because AI slop and bad for the environment. This shit genuinely pisses me off to the point of complete apathy where I just don't care anymore because both sides are losers in the tie. People are so genuinely fake and painfully generic that it doesn't even matter anymore besides the emotions that they have no nuance whatsoever, much like the joke that's the modern state of politics the past 20 years before and after I was born. It's an absolute joke. Instead of keeping both sides in check to be in the middle somewhere, there must always be conflict on one side, because one side got bored one day and decided things were too good and something needed to be offensive because it wasn't inclusive or patriotic enough. So now we're stuck being monitored like 90% of Europe with AI cameras, 1984 style, because dumbasses can't stop complaining and being complacent from a first world nation because we haven't solved world hunger yet, in a country thousands of miles away with no relation to us, and resources we don't have because of national debt that needs to be taken care of first. And those cameras are falsely labeled by those corporations, backed by the World Economic Forum billionaires and BlackRock, as license plate readers or criminal catchers. They're not even correct half the time, leading to unconstitutional arrest where the suspect is guilty until proven innocent. And somehow people are complacent to do this, or too chicken shit to revolt in numbers, because being in a herd is better than being in a pack of wolves and watching each other's backs. I'm pretty sure these cameras were also only used for stalking women and children at this point too. Like, genuinely, why does the camera need to know what's on your phone and zoom in, or immediately pull up all your information off of your facial recognition? Like, is it even a conspiracy theory at this point that this garbage was developed during COVID and then immediately ticks that make you sick and allergic to various foods we consume daily are just dropped in forests and farms after these cameras are implemented in cities across the United States? It's just biological and logistical warfare used to blackmail citizens into following orders, just like China and North Korea. The Democratic and Republican parties of the US and nearly every nation is in on it too. We started living in idiocracy, but now we're just living in a dystopian novel. Anyways, on that note, and think peace, I am definitely not suicidal, and we live in a society where gamers are more oppressed than religious minorities. You and I are victims. Why? Because you chose to be. Fuck you, now pay me $100 in reparations after watching this video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm Big Curl, and I'm out.